Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing the new palette by ABH Cosmetics, the collaboration with ItsMyRayeRaye. If you don't know who ItsMyRayeRaye is, her name is Ray Boyce. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube. Every time I start a video like that, I'm like, she's a YouTuber here on YouTube. Anyway, she's a YouTuber. She's a beauty guru on YouTube. I was really excited to get this palette because of the nature of it. Because you just get a whole, you just get a lot of stuff, okay? A whole entire eyeshadow palette and a contour highlight palette, kind of flopped into one right here in this nice little package. I do kind of have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this because as much as I love the way it opens and closes and how compact it is and how satisfying it is to just fold it all up like one little package, it's just hard to use the mirror. And like I said, for most people that's probably not even going to make a difference, but for like people on YouTube, which I learned quickly, now I know why they all complain about mirrors, because, or if a palette doesn't have a mirror, because when you're filming you have to kind of use this, or if you're traveling. When I travel, I usually just kind of get in front of a window and use whatever palette I pick up. And I'm not saying it's not usable, it's just a little bit annoying, but then at the same time I love how it just folds up nicely into this satisfying magnetic closure. So it kind of breaks even for me, I guess. I love the colors, I love the design, it just feels so nice. It feels expensive, and it's not expensive, not at all, which is another thing I absolutely love about this. I love it when they make palettes and collaborate with brands that are affordable for their fans to buy, because your fans are who got you where you are. Remember how I said I have a love-hate relationship with the palette? Let's start with the good. Okay, I really like this color scheme. The reason that I bought this palette, the selling point for me is, you can probably already guess, these three right here. The berry shade, the purple shade, and the red shade. I mean, those are the three shades that sold me on this palette, especially this purple, because I mean it's just really interesting blue violet type of purple that I've been super into lately. And there's also like a little purple shimmery shade down here. Let's go ahead and swatch it. It's got that it's kind of got that dingy ashy look to it. However, when I put it on my eyelid, as long as I'm thoughtful with it, I can make like a pretty good dramatic like smoky eye with it. So it's not one of those ashy shades that's just going to fall apart. This is really, really smooth. All of these shimmers are really smooth. In fact, all of the mattes are really smooth. There's no like chalkiness to them when you touch them. They almost remind me of the Morphe, the reformulated Morphe 3502, like their newer formula that's in that palette. That's what this formula reminds me of. It's not as creamy, but it is like, it's up there, you know, like that's the type of formula this is. I mean, obviously there's a lot of similar shades in here, so if you have a lot of these in your collection, you're probably not going to need this palette. I don't really have a whole lot of bad things to say about the top half, aside from the fact that if you have some of these colors, you just won't need this. The look I did today was inspired by the packaging of the palette, like the mauve and rose gold. I wanted to do something that kind of mimicked that because I really just love the packaging, the colors of the packaging. Another thing that sold me on the palette was the fact that it has like the contour shades built in, and I travel a lot, so I was like, oh cool, I'll just take this. I won't need to bring an eyeshadow palette, 14 highlights and bronzers and all that. I've just got what I need right here. This is where the other part of my love-hate comes in. These two are just way too warm, especially this one. And I tried this one, I tried mixing them, I tried this one on its own. This one on its own is what I'm wearing as kind of like a blush today, because it is just so orange, and it's not even orange toned bronze in my opinion, which would be like a bronzer. So I was like, well, maybe I can use it as a bronzer, but honestly I can't, because it like borders on peach. Like it is just too peach, and it does this weird thing. If you can see when it catches the light, it's almost like you can see the side of it. It's so weird. Like you can see it from the front, but it has like a weird cast from the front. I don't know if it'll be a lot more obvious in the demo when you see it applied on its own without the highlight. But as highlight today, I'm wearing these two mixed together. This one is pretty chunky. I mean, it's not the chunkiest highlight on the planet. It's really pretty. It's a unique color. I will give it that. It almost reminds me of the Wet n Wild Mermaid highlight, but this is more wearable. It's not as green. Like it's definitely kind of a green gold, and it is what I'm wearing today, like I said, along with Radiant right here, which is like the rose gold, which is really pretty. Haven't got a chance to use French Toast as a highlight on anyone or on myself, obviously, but this one of all of them is the smoothest and seems to have the best formula. So I do have high hopes for French Toast if you have a darker skin tone, but for these two and these two, they're just not my favorite. These two, however, the jury is still out on, because obviously I cannot really try them out on myself as contour and highlight. I can try them on my eyes, which I have, and they're pretty, nice formula, but are they the right tone? I'm just not sure. There's a definite theme to this palette. I have like put it together. I've been using it for the past few days. Yes, including the weird bronzer shade. I've been using that. I've been just trying it out as best I can, along with the highlight and the eyeshadows and stuff. And honestly, every time I put it on, it's obvious to me that I'm wearing this palette. It just has like a definite voice. It has its own personality. It's just very well thought out. Like, they put a lot of thought into this. They put a lot of work into this. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of demos for you. This is a pretty versatile palette. That's another thing. I like that you can get like a more dark, smoky, nighttime look, or you can get like a more soft, daytime, yet still grungy look. Like, that's really important to me when I do my makeup. I don't do like glam makeup. I don't do a lot of cut creases and a lot of winged liner in terms of like, you know, the glam Instagram. What you think of when you think of like Instagram glam? Instaglam. Today I came up with like a more like grungy yet rose gold toned eye look, which I really love. This is probably my favorite look that I've done with this palette. And when I sat down to do the demo, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do a look that I've already done. I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along. And it was really easy. I think that just about anybody who owns this palette or decides to get this palette can pull off this look. Like I said, the formula is nice. It can tend to get a little bit muddy if you're not careful. Well, and that's mainly only with the neutrals, because they're all just very similar, and you know, they're all really similar. So of course they're going to get muddy if you get too crazy with it. But when these don't all, like, these don't muddy up. The colors are nice. Like I said, love, hate, because some of it I'm just not a huge fan of. And the fact that the palette itself is, you know, built this way, I like it, but I don't. It's so weird. I don't know. Like, I like the flippy thing, but I don't. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get to the demos, and hope you enjoy. Alright guys, that'll be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it useful in determining whether or not you're going to purchase this palette for yourself. As of right now, I'm filming this. It is still in stock on their website. It says limit 2 per customer. It's $22.50 plus shipping. Obviously, if you're somebody who's really fair-skinned and you are banking on that contour to be a contour, it is not going to be a contour. I don't know on what skin tone it would actually work as a contour because, like I said, it is just too warm, too peach to work as a contour. A little bit too peach and too warm to even work as a blush. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, aside from maybe using it as a transition shade because that is definitely workable. Aside from the contour part of the palette and aside from the fact that the flippy is kind of weird, I do think it's a good palette. I don't regret my purchase at all. And again, I'd like to reiterate the fact that I love it when YouTubers collaborate with affordable brands because I think that they really are keeping their subscribers in mind, and their subscribers, after all, are why they got to that point, are the reason that they're able to do these collabs. I think it's great quality for the price, and I think she's really, you know, giving her subscribers a good deal here. But anyway, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to be a subscriber and you're not, just click the subscribe button on your way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.